Hey YouTube family, this is Black Mamba 305 here with you. Welcome to the channel. Welcome. Just gonna wait for a couple more people to jump in, and then we get on with the live episode 3, guys. Episode 3. Shad Mud, thank you for joining. Hi, how you doing, man? Welcome to the live, man. Welcome to the live. We're gonna get educated today. Just gonna wait till a couple more people show up, then we get started. Thank you. Thanks for the like. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. If you're just joining the live, welcome. You guys already seen today's topic, our everyday carry, pros and cons. We're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna give you all you need to know, guys. All right, been carrying over 20 years now, so kind of know a little bit of what I'm talking about. Shout out to Shay Mud. Did I pronounce that correctly? Thank you guys for joining the live. I appreciate every single one of you guys, man. Thank you. This is the third episode of this series I'm doing, two-way gun talk. And first episode was awesome. Second episode was even better. We had an amazing time. We talked about everything, and and we had such a great time. So many interaction. People donated. People subscribed to the channel. I talked about where the channel was going, where I wanted it to go, and I'm slowly creeping in that direction. Welcome, guys. Welcome. If you guys are in the live, please tell me where you guys are hailing from. I'm here in beautiful Miami, Florida. To Condo. Shout out to Condo. Who's Condo? Sakuna plays. Welcome to the live. Thank you. Ilyame, I don't know if I pronounced that. Welcome to the live. Thank you. Bankroll Foots, welcome to the live. Just giving a shout out to all the people that took the time out to come join me on the live. You could be anywhere else. Ilyame from Afghanistan. Allah Akbar. Okay, to each his own, man. I'm a Christian, but that don't mean we still can't live as one. Okay. Peace to all, love to all, man. Joshua Taft, welcome. Thank you. Nicholas, SPTVX, in the house. He says, I'm here. Dumpster Nachos, that's a weird name, but you're in the house. What's your opinion about kids playing Roblox? Not quite sure. Don't know what Roblox is, my friend. Joshua Tax, is that VT? Is that, I don't know. Where is that? Blessings to you, Taft. I'm originally from Jamaica. How do you pronounce it? Yifa? Sifa? I don't want to jack up your name. Welcome to the live. Billy Leonard. Hello. Thank you. What's up? Vermont. I should have known better. I'm an American and I didn't know that. Appreciate, man. Yeah, there's some nice rifles up there, man. There's thousands of dollars up there, man. Morocco. Shout out to all the people in Morocco, man. Peace and love to everyone everywhere. Happy Sunday, guys. Guns, family, and love. I believe in that 1000%. Thank you. Welcome to the live. I appreciate everyone joining in. Deadly Stinger. Hi, welcome to the live. I already said shout out. I'm the oldest guy in here, probably. Nicole, you said the oldest guy? How old are you? Hello from Naples, Frank. You're right up the street from me, man. I'm in Homestead. I am in Homestead. Shout out to all my Floridians in here. All the guns are real. Yes. Thank you very much for the sub. I appreciate it. Joshua, come on, man. You're 40. You're a youngin'. Stop it, man. Stop it, brother. I'm 47 years old. Stop playing, man. I'm 47. I still bench press over 300 pounds. I'm 205. I play soccer twice a week. I have a Belgian Malinois that takes up a lot of my time physically. I'm in medical school. What are you talking about? Don't come up in here, people. Listen, guys. Number one, don't come up in here talking about you're old. Old is a state of mind. All right. 43 MOX, great gun. Don't talk about your old, man. You are what you say you are, man. I'm 47 going on 48 and I feel spectacular. Yeah, all the guns are real, Death Rider. Yeah, Space King. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just want to shout out to people, everyone for joining the live. I want to give everyone a shout out. Because sometimes I watch videos, man, and and I make little comments, and the host, they don't give you a little shout out. It feels good. You know what I mean? So, uh, I'm trying to read the comments while you guys are here. So, pardon me. All right. I'm trying to see if I can read the comments and stay abreast. My man is 69 in 6 months. Nicole, no, congratulations, man. God willing. Are you at a gun store right now? No, I'm in my safe room, man. It's got a metal door and bulletproof windows. The whole room is a safe, man. Yeah. Yes, all of them are real. Prashant Chauhan. I don't want to rip up your name. Okay, guys. All the guns on here are real. They are 1,000% real, gentlemen. All of them. Every single one of them. They are real. All right. Let me just get busy real quick. Get some things set up and popping before we start with the topic of the day. All right, you must really like airsoft. Yes, peace and love. I like airsoft. Never played it, but I played with real guns though. Okay, these ones. All right, those are my airsoft. TNX for your friend. Can you give us a tour of those guns? I have a lot of old collection. All right. I am going to do a tour of the gun. I did it the last two episodes, but I'll do it again. I don't mind. But we are going to uh, get busy with the topic at hand, and then also while I'm getting busy with the topic at hand. All right, so this is how I want the life to go today. You got kids? I'll do your child proof. No, I don't have any kids, not yet. I do plan on having a child this year. Why so many guns? Why so many shoes? Why do people have multiple cars? Why do people have I don't know 10,000 forks in their house when they only use one? I just love guns. I'm not trying to be smart. Yeah. Uh, Joshua, thought you hit by a truck on a motorcycle? Man, I'm so sorry to hear that. Okay, I have a Kawasaki Vulcan 2053, which is a 2053 cc's Kawasaki Vulcan. It's a monster. Whenever I get on that, the Harley boys always trying to race me, blow them out of the water all day long. This is just some this white thing is it's the board they sell at Walmart. Then I fastened it to the wall, then edge it up. As the channel goes on, I'm gonna nice it up a little bit more, guys. So it's gonna get better, But yeah, it's just it's that material that you can find at Walmart. Then I just edged it up and secured it to the frame on the wall. So that's pretty much what that. My man says he has a Benelli. Listen, I can't afford a Benelli right now. I'm in medical school right now, so I'm broke. Which brings me back to one of my points, guys. If you guys want to support the channel, the best thing you guys can do is to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, which is my favorite. And if you'd like to really show some love to the channel, guys, good morning from Finland, Sarmo. Good morning, good morning. Is to you can give a monetary donation on here. That's welcome. Any money that's given to the channel, guys, I don't want to sound like I'm begging, but a lot of your favorite YouTubers, that's how their channel survive. To go to the range, it costs money to drive your truck to the range, spend ammo, buy equipment to shoot videos. I just purchased the light, the range time. I got some donation last two videos. I'm already putting that to buying some ammo so I can make some videos and everything. So that's one of the best way you guys can support the channel. If you guys want to offer a monetary donation, that'd be greatly welcome. Any amount is great. Will Newman, no, I don't do Taylor Swift. I'm so sorry. 135cc small bit cool injuries. Okay, so we were talking about motorcycles for a second. Yeah, so I have a Honda Shadow Aero 750. My dream bike is the Triumph Rocket GT that I will eventually purchase that bike for myself. Absolutely, that is my dream bike. Anybody who knows motorcycle, you know what that is. It's half time the Yeah, I'm not into Harleys, man. I think Harley's been going on their name for a while, and their product is not that good anymore. And I don't think the price that people are asking for Harley is worth it anymore. Yeah. So Josh Staff, the Triumph Rocket GT is like the ultimate motorcycle for me. The lines on that bike is so sexy. The power, 2500 cc. Come on, man, you can't beat that. Llewellyn Wells, welcome, welcome, welcome. Deadly Sniper. How do you take the mag out? Mag out of what? Uh, um. All right, guys. So again, let's get the video started. I want to get the main point that we're talking about done. Then I will answer some questions and then wrap up the live and the third episode. So again, guys, welcome to the third episode of 2A Gun Talk. You know, 2A is obviously is pro firearms in the United States. That's why we talk about. Before we start again, thank you guys for spending your Sunday with me. I really appreciate you guys. You guys could be anywhere, but you chose to be here with me. Today, the topic we're going to talk about is everyday carry and the pros and cons. All right. I've been carrying a firearm now going on 20 years since I've probably been in this country. I'm from Jamaica where firearms are illegal. They're not illegal totally, but you have to jump through a lot of hoops to get a firearm to defend yourself. Crime in Jamaica is very high depending on where you live. And being that as it may, a lot of people, it's very difficult for people to get a firearm to even defend themselves. I can never understand how you live in a society where the criminal element can find these firearms, find these tools to do harm to the populace, but yet still they make it so difficult for the populace to defend themselves against the criminal element. And that is one of the main reasons. And I've seen so many people lose their lives because they didn't have the choice or the option to defend themselves living in my country. I grew up in a pretty rough place in Jamaica. It's called Tivoli Gardens. And Tivoli Gardens is a place in the Middle East. They took the name from that war-torn place in the Middle East and called it Tivoli Gardens simply because it was so war-torn there in a community where you have kids, older people, gerontological people, you have young people, and they were just dying. For some people in that community, it's more political driven. If you didn't support the party, you probably get killed. And you know, a lot of the kids then joined the gang because they didn't want to get killed, not because they wanted to join a gang, but because it was an option for them. So it wasn't an option for them. So not being able to defend yourself for me is a great thing. You know what I mean? So when I came to the United States and I had the opportunity to own a firearm, and it wasn't as difficult. All I had to do was follow the law, have a clean background, then and I could own a gun and I could defend myself from any kind of encroachment upon myself. Man, that was the best thing. I was hooked right then and there. And so that's the reason why I support the 2A movement. I believe that everyone should have the right to defend themselves against criminal element. Think about this, guys. If this country was ever invaded by a combination of the Chinese, the Russian, and the Koreans, because we just saw recently where they just had a march in China, where China, North Korea, and Russia at a parade showing off their military force, pretty much. I think that was a message to President Trump to show that, hey, listen, we have guns too. And if there was, say, somehow like an invasion in our country, all the people that you talk about and they're anti-2A and all that stuff, guess what? They'll be screwed because they won't have any choice, any option to defend themselves. Whether you like it or not, the mass is a form of army for every country because you have a military, but the military can't always be there for you. Let's get one point straight. I worked as a correctional captain for quite a few years. And believe me, those men in prison that are in prison, that we are there to protect and serve while we're in prison, they're menaces, man. Like the things that they do to each other. If we were to let these men just roam about and just do whatever they want, trust me, the populace, you will be in trouble. Like, if you only have seen the things that I've seen in prison and what these guys can do to each other, how easily they get angered and what they'll do for the simplest things, you'd be surprised. You know what I mean? You probably won't be surprised because a lot of people already know what criminals do. And so if you're on the outside and you want an option to defend yourself, you should absolutely have every right as a law-abiding, tax-paying citizen to defend yourself and carry a weapon. And that brings us to the points we're about to make. We're talking about everyday carry. So if you're just joining the live and you don't know what it before it would go on. Again, thank you guys for joining the live. I appreciate every single one of you. If you want to support the channel, like, subscribe, and share. And if you want to give a monetary donation, that's greatly appreciated. Let's get into the points. All right. So EDC. What's an EDC? Everyday carry. Everyday carry is a weapon that you carry on your person to defend yourself against whatever you come upon. If somebody's trying to mug you, if somebody's trying to rape you, somebody's trying to break into your car, if somebody's trying to attack your person, if you see somebody's life at risk and you feel like you are within the law to defend that person, it could be a plethora of reasons why you will carry everyday carry. And we're going to start off with I'm going to start off with my everyday carry. I can't touch a gun because of YouTube, how YouTube goes, but I carry either a Beretta PX4 Storm, and I rotate them all the time, a Beretta PX4 Storm, a CZ P10C comp, a Glock 19. My first firearm for my everyday carry was a Beretta PX4 Storm in 40 caliber. When I owned my business, I used to carry that I carry that almost every day for 5 years. So an everyday carry is whatever you can afford. Don't watch all these YouTube channels and you see these guys walking with all these super expensive guns. Carry what you can afford. There's a lot of companies out there that make very good firearm. Palmetto State Armory, Smith & Wesson, have an everyday carry. The CZ P10C is dropped in price, less than $400. The comp version just came out. I think it is less than $400 or around 4 and change. Used Glock 19. You go to a lot of used gun stores that have used firearm, used Glock. You can find a lot of firearms. If you're on the lower echelon of what you can afford, High Point. That's literally what I was gonna say. The High Point is also a carry weapon. High Point, I wouldn't necessarily recommend High Point, but if that's what you can afford, I absolutely recommend. The High Point 995 TS, which is this carbine right here, is an amazing firearm. Somebody asked me to give them a tour. I'll do that after I make the points. Great firearm. In terms of their handguns, I think you can do better. I think you can go to Palmetto State Armory and a lot of these other gun companies and get it. All right, so before I get into the points, I'm going to show you my everyday carry. I'm not going to show you the firearm because I'm not going to touch a firearm because of YouTube policies. But I already told you what I carry as everyday carry. Then I have my watch. Why you say a watch is an everyday carry? Simply because if you get into some kind of scenario and you want to know time of day, if there's some kind of mass shooting and you want to know what's going on, this watch is obviously one of the more modern watch. It has a compass on it. I can use it as if I lose my telephone, I can use this as a phone. I can use it to call 911 if I'm in a pinch and the battery on my phone is dead. So yes, this is everyday carry. All right, even if you have just a regular watch, you need to know the time. A personal knife that I carry, I used to carry a bunch of other knives, but this is the knife that I've trained with. This is called a karambit, and this is my fighting knife. I've been practicing with this knife every day for maybe 3 years, just practicing different self-defense techniques with it. This could be your everyday carry. You don't have to have a firearm. An everyday carry is a weapon, not necessarily a firearm that you can use to defend yourself. And a knife, you got to make sure that most states you can carry a knife if you don't have any kind of legal issues, if you're not a criminal element, if you don't have a record, and I think it has to be less than 6 inches. All right, the blade has to be less than 6 inches. And this is a karambit. This pretty much mimics the claws of like the talons of like an eagle. Obviously. Then it has a grip here. If I was to get into a fight with somebody and I wouldn't want to use my gun and they want to still come at me, I could. This one comes with a point. There's a ton load of karambits out there. All right. And then it has the clawed blade. This blade is very sharp, and so is the edge. So I would kind of just try to keep them at bay, punch in the chest, in the arm. If you use this tip on this, which is not a blade, it's just like a pointy thing. I specifically got it with this. You can punch that person in the face, and I'm telling you, if I was to punch you in the face with this, you're not coming at me unless you're some superhuman. I'm 205 pounds, and I'm not no slouch. If I was to really punch you in the face with this thing, if I punch you here, in the eyes, in the nose, in the face, anywhere, you're going to go down. And that's going to give me the opportunity to leave the scene. And guys, on this channel, we do not promote violence whatsoever. We're not promoting any type of violence. All of what I'm talking about today is for self-defense and self-preservation. That's what we promote out here. This channel doesn't promote any form of violence. I have a lot of firearms, but these are just for fun. If it ever came to a time when I have to defend myself, then absolutely, I would definitely use any of these firearms to keep you out of my face if you try to commit any kind of harm upon my person or my family. But in essence, this is just for protection and self-preservation. So there's multiple knives out there. You don't necessarily have to have a karambit, but the reason why I get a karambit, it is that if you've ever watched any video with a karambit, you can use that as a self-defense. You can use it to manipulate anybody you're fighting against. I could be attacked with 5 guys. If they're all coming at me with their fists, and this is the only thing that I have to defend myself, I promise you guys, they're done. They're not getting away, and they're not gonna beat me. Because if I can touch you and I have this in my hand, this thing will just slice. And there's areas that I've practiced with this knife that I know where to touch and to pull. If I'm on the ground and you're kicking me, you're pretty much dead. So a great karambit and practice is my knife of choice. I've carried quite a bit of knife, the Kershaw's, and this is my favorite. It's hard to take out of my hand. So if you were to try to grab it, so if somebody was trying to grab your knife like this, it's easy to manipulate them. See that? If you were to grab me and I have this knife, I could easily rip you apart and take my hand out of that. So that's why I chose to go to karambit. Of all the knives that I've carried over the years, karambit is my favorite. My next everyday carry would be your cell phone. Obviously, I'm using my cell phone right now, but your cell phone. If you have a cell phone, you get into any kind of scenarios or you see something happening, the first thing you want to do is call 911. All right? You don't want to engage if you don't have to. All right? So call 911. That's the next thing. Everyday carry. So obviously, your everyday carry is everything you carry on you. Your wallet, your knife, your firearm, your watch, your cell phone. And to me, that's the basics. You know what I mean? All right. So if somebody in the comments says I'm a paranoid guy, it's not called paranoid, my friend. It's called prepared. I don't go outside thinking that I'm gonna get attacked or killed or anything every day of the week. But just for that one time when it does happen, I'd like to be prepared. So stop with the narrative about being paranoid. You don't know anything about me. I'm not paranoid. These guns that I collect them because I'm a collector and I love firearms. Just the same way women collect shoes. When you collect Nikes, does that make you a basketball player? Does that make you Michael Jordan? No, it don't. It just makes you someone who likes Nikes. Okay? So the people talking about paranoid, just be quiet. You don't project on everyone what you think. Not everybody who has firearms are paranoid. So I have multiple motorcycles. I have multiple homes. I have multiple firearms. What does that mean? I'm paranoid, or I have 2 ass. That means I want to ride 2 bikes, or I like, what do you like? Just stop. All right. So one of we're going to talk about the pros real quick. So I already talked about it. Number 1 already is personal protection. You want to defend yourself. If you're ever out and about, I've seen scenarios where a woman has got into a situation with a man and she's driving, and they got to where they're getting off on their exit. The man comes out of his car, punch the glass, right? And the lady has a young baby in her car. She takes out her firearm, shoots him in the face. All right? You don't know what that man was going to do to that woman and her child. You don't know what someone's going through. You might cut someone off, right? And you might think, okay, I'm going down the street or whatever the case might be. You're at the stop sign. This person gets out of their car. They have a gun for whatever the case might be. All right, and they come and attack you. Self-preservation. That's one of the main points. You never know when something like that is going to happen. All right. And regardless of all the people out there talking about paranoia and this and that, the fact is the fact. Any day you go outside could be your last day. And that's not paranoia. That's called being realistic. All right. I'm a realist. Things can happen. Anything can happen to me any day. I could choose to go out one day, don't have a firearm, and get put in a scenario where I lose my life. God forbid. All right. But it's just being prepared. I'd rather be prepared than not prepared. All right. All right. So next point, as a deterrence, when someone knows, in some state you are allowed to have open carry. I live in Florida. We're not allowed to have open carry. I think they were pushing for that, but in states like Texas, you can do so. When someone knows that you have a firearm, they're less likely to come and with you. You know, it's just what it is. If I know, right, that that man has a firearm, I'm going to think twice about going over there to starting an argument or a fight with this guy. If I don't have a firearm, even if I did have a firearm, I'm not going to go out there. And the funny thing is, people who own firearms, most of them are the least likely to start any problems, right? At least responsible ones, right? So if someone knows that I have a firearm, I don't think that they're going to intentionally come to me and try to start some shit. They don't know my personality. I don't know their personality. Why would I go over there and start some stuff? I would not do it, and I don't recommend doing it either. So as a deterrence, that's definitely one of the main points. All right, another reason why you would carry a firearm is for peace of mind. Just like a deterrence, to know that when you go out with your family and if anything should happen, you have the option of defending your family. We hear it every day on TV where we hear school shooting, we hear shooting in malls, shooting in church. I saw in one video there was a shooting in a church. A rival gang of the man that was buried shot up the church, shot up people in the church, outside the church, I'm sorry. Like, so even, and this is not just in America, this is all over the world. People want to say, a lot of shootings and all this stuff happen in Jamaica. There's crime everywhere, but so, as a peace of mind, absolutely. To know that I have something to defend myself. To be honest with you, I wouldn't really take a firearm in a church, but the way how things are going nowadays, man, our people's mental health are just up and down. Honestly, I wouldn't necessarily rule it out. All right. All right. So the next point, preparedness. So just to be prepared for any scenario, I would have an EDC. Again, you don't know what's going to happen. It's not about being paranoid. It's just about being prepared, So I would most definitely carry a firearm just for preparedness sake, and I don't see what's wrong with that. If you want to not carry a firearm, everybody has that choice. You don't have to carry a firearm. You don't have to be paranoid like everybody else. But for the people that are paranoid and who want to carry a firearm, let them be whatever they want to be. It's none of your business. Let them do. Just like if somebody's gay, or they're LGBT. I don't care. I don't care. I just don't want you to blast it all over the internet in my face. I don't go on the internet blasting that I'm an heterosexual male. I don't tell everybody, hey, I'm an heterosexual male and I'm proud of it and I'm waving my flag. I don't care. You know what I mean? Just keep it to yourself, right? Just same thing. People, if they want to carry their firearm for whatever reason they want to, let them carry it. If you don't want to carry it and be a sheep, you can be a sheep. And that's okay. And that's why we live in the great state, the great country of the United States. All right. All right. So, the right to self-defense. That's the next point I wrote down. So, you have the right in the United States to defend yourself. And as such, the people who choose to act upon that right, let them act upon that right and leave them alone. And that's just what it is. If you don't want to carry a firearm, if you feel like you're protected, enough to where you don't need a firearm, then that's fine. But let me let you in a little bit of secret, since I was in law enforcement and corrections. Police officers are called responders. Think about that. Police officers are called responders. They're not called protectors. Police officers 90% of the time, 95% of the time, show up after a crime has been committed. Now think about it. All right? So you can be out here talking all the talk you want about, oh, you're paranoid and this and that. Police officers show up when you're already shot. Police officers show up when the place has been shot up. Police officers show up when you're already bleeding in an ambulance, not when you can defend yourself. All right? It is very rare that something happens and a police officer happened to be right there that they can defend you. But for the rest of us who want to take the opportunity and have the right of self-defense, we EDC. We carry every day, right? And that's just what it is. Even though it's an everyday carry and it applies to you, it also applies to other people. All right, let me create a scenario. So if I'm out on the street, right, and I see an old lady getting beat to craps, right? And then there's a young man standing over her, or two young men standing over her, waving a gun at her. What do you think? I don't know if they're going to kill her, right? Or if she has a young child with her, I don't know if they're going to kill them. I don't know what the scenario is. Typically, I wouldn't want to put myself in harm's way for no reason. But I feel like I have an obligation to help to defend that lady who can't defend herself. Yes, and I know someone is going to say, call 911. But if you see someone pointing a gun at an old woman, a woman with her child, and you have a firearm, would you use it? Me personally, I would. That's somebody's mother. That's somebody's daughter. And any hooligan that is going to point a firearm at a old lady or a woman and a child and try to take advantage of them or take their lives, they deserve to be put down. You know, again, this channel doesn't promote violence, but if I have an everyday carry, right, and I can help somebody, I'm in medical school now, and my job is the preservation of life. But there is that line you have to take where you can say, hey, listen, nah, I can't stand back and watch that. Just because I'm a caregiver don't mean that you come up in my house and try to violate my house, or you see me on the street, try to violate me and my family, and I can defend myself. And I don't even want to say the word. I am going to do that to defend myself and protect other people around me, because I feel like as a caregiver, that is a form of protection. I'm saving the lives of somebody who want to be saved, as opposed to somebody who's willing to give away their life or take the life of another person. You know, whether you agree with me or not, that's on you. All right. So for the protection of others, yes, we do carry. If you see a certain scenario, if you're in a bank, right, and some guy comes in there and he's robbing the bank and he's just going around, boom, 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 what are you going to do? Not protect yourself? The second he shoots a first person, possibility increases that you might be next. So having a gun to defend yourself, yeah, that works great for me. All right. So those were pretty much the pros of having everyday carry: personal protection, protect yourself, a deterrence to, if people know that you carry a firearm, they're less likely to approach you and start anything. A peace of mind to know that you have something to defend yourself just in case something should happen. Preparedness, just to be prepared. You know, not that you're paranoid, but you just want to be prepared for anything. You have the right for self-defense. That's why the 2A movement is popular in the United States. You have the right to defend yourself and your family. That's just what it is. All right. And then the right to protect others. Yes. I'm not saying you should go out of your way, put yourself in harm's way for everybody. But if there's a certain scenario that you see and you feel as though, hey, I think I should defend this person. Because as a caregiver, if I see an accident and I see somebody on the street and they're bleeding out, I'm not going to drive past them. I'm going to pull over my car, get the hell out of the car, put on my gloves, go over there, CPR, cauterize the wound, move them as much as I possibly can. Obviously, I'm going to call 911 and the paramedics, but I'm going to do whatever it is I can to protect that person or save that person's life. Here in Florida, we have the Good Samaritan law, where you have the right to help somebody in a certain scenario and they can't sue you. Even if there wasn't a good Samaritan law, I would still do it. If I saw somebody in a car, in a car accident, and I could do something to help them, I'm going to do it. All right, so those are the pros. All right, let's go for the cons now. All right, so even though I spoke about a certain scenario, if you saw someone being mugged or jacked by a group of thugs, and you go and you put them down to save the lives of an old woman or a woman and child. Think about it, guys. You could do something like that and still be in the wrong, right? Because you can do something like that. Say, for instance, you shot the person in the back. Their family can turn around and sue you. That person, if they don't die, can turn around and sue you. They can say, I was never going to kill that person. I was just scaring them. And they would go to court and win. And then you trying to do something good would actually end up in prison or pay a hefty fine and prison time. So that's one of the cons. The legal risk. You could go to prison if you fire, even if you're in your house, depending on the scenario. If somebody comes in, I like to create these scenarios because I want people to get it. You could actually have somebody break in your house, violate one of your kids, and upon leaving, you blast that person and you could go to jail. Isn't that a thing? Huh? So, yeah, think about the legal risk. Even if you go out or say you get into a shooting defending yourself with your everyday carry. You kill the bad guy, you're fine, but at the same time, that bullet travels past the bad guy and hits somebody else, paralyze them, kill them. The legal ramification for you is... So there's so many factors you got to think about. All right, so that's one of them. And that goes into my second point, responsibility and liability. Like I said, if you defend yourself, but then remember, those bullets, when they pass the bad guy, they don't say, oh, let me stop now. They keep going and going and going until something stops them. And then you don't know what's stopping them. So if that's the case and somebody gets hurt, you're screwed. All right. That's all I'm saying. You have to get a good lawyer. All right. So, that's what it is. All right. So another con for everyday carry is accidents. Now, not everybody who carry a firearm is responsible. We all know that. You know what I mean? Some people, they're so irresponsible. You watch YouTube, you watch all these other people, you see them just spraying, you see them putting on, switches on Glocks, and then they carry it. That is their everyday carry. Some of them, they have to carry it because I guess they live in a certain neighborhood where they have to defend themselves from other thugs or other YNs, right? But at the same time, accidents can happen. If you don't know what you're doing and you have an everyday carry, you can accidentally discharge that firearm and shoot yourself in the foot. And if you shoot a certain artery and you don't get help before a certain time, you're gonna bleed out. You know what I mean? You are absolutely going to bleed out. All right. So, oh, Cam, thank you. Some of the goofiest guns. Oh yeah, thank you. So accidents can happen. Another con to have an everyday carry is, even though I say it can be a deterrent, it also can be an escalator. An escalator meaning that if someone knows you have a gun and you take out your gun and they have their gun, guess what they're going to do? They're going to take out their gun. And then when egos and egos and egos clash, that's not a good thing. All right? So even though you can carry everyday gun to de-escalate certain things, you also can escalate certain things just by having that firearm. That's self-explanatory. I don't have to explain that. Another con is concealment and comfort. Like, sometimes I carry a firearm, sometimes they're comfortable, sometimes they're not. Sometimes you have them and they're poking into your side. The grip is rubbing up on your belly, and it gives and it makes your belly, like, if the grip is hard and just it feels uncomfortable, and then you can't really take the gun out because you already have it. There's no way where to really go unless you get back to your car. Just the uncomfortableness of carrying the firearm or carrying that knife. It's poking you in the nuts, it's poking you in the back, it's poking you in the side, it's rubbing off your skin, where it's just uncomfortable sometimes. I've carried guns before where I'm just like, yo, I should have left this today. you know. So it is what it is. Somebody said don't say YNs. Okay. I'm gonna say whatever I want to say. If you don't want to hear it, it's what it is. Um, so another con would be training and maintenance. All right. So if you're gonna carry a firearm and you have not trained with it and you don't know how to maintain it, it might as well be you don't carry a firearm. Because if you shoot a firearm all the time and that gunks up, and there becomes a time when you need to use that firearm and then it's not working and they have one of their own, then you're in trouble. So that's a con. You want to make sure whatever firearm you carry is working very well. And when you need it to go, it can go. And like my man says, like Mike says, practice, 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 practice. All right? You don't want to just buy a gun, shoot 50 rounds, and start walking around with it every day. All right? That makes no sense. It doesn't work like that. You want to practice, take that gun that you're going to use for your everyday carry. Make sure you shoot at least 500 rounds through it, at least 300 rounds. I would recommend 500 if you're going to carry it every day, just to make sure all those burrs are kind of, really rubbed out and that thing is nice and smooth. You understand how the gun feels in your hand. You understand the recoil, so forth, so forth. So make sure you practice with your firearm. Like Mike said, practice, 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 practice. All right, so some of the cons that I went over is the legal risk that goes with it, responsibility and liability. All right, those are some of the things I wrote down. Could have an accident. It could serve as a way of escalating the situation instead of de-escalating it. The comfort of carrying that firearm. If you've ever carried one, you understand why. When that thing rubs up on your stomach the whole day, leave that raw skin. Public perception of you. They see you as a firearm. They think you're a thug or something like that. And train and maintenance. You got to make sure you train with your firearm, guys, if you're going to use it. And that's it for the main topic today. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to take some questions. If you guys have any questions, you guys want to... And guys, please, we're all adults here. Enough with the silly questions. All right? Please, And like Mike said, Mike just made a point. Thank you, Mike. If you are going to carry, you want to think about concealed carry insurance. Right? Concealed carry insurance is very important. I personally don't have it, but if I could afford just getting everything all the time, most definitely. But concealed carry insurance is good. Just like how you have a car insurance, when you get into an accident, whatever happens, insurance come in, boom, 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 they represent you, they fix whatever. Concealed carry insurance is similar. If you get into an accident and you are in the right way, or you're in the right, they have attorneys that will come in and advocate on your behalf. All right. And if you don't have an attorney, that can add up to thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands, even jail time. So having concealed carry insurance is good. Sheila Capone, should I get an AR for home defense? Sheila, will this be your first firearm, or do you already have other firearm? Because I don't necessarily recommend an AR for for home defense. If I'm gonna recommend you have a firearm, I would say for home defense, a good shotgun. But if you're gonna get one gun, get a handgun so you can actually conceal it in your purse if you're gonna go out in the daytime. But then if you're at home, you also can use it for self-defense. So if you already have a handgun already, I would suggest maybe a shotgun. Reason why is for AR-15, that projectile travel beyond that drywall, and if you miss your target, that bullet keeps going. So a shotgun, you have shotgun defense ammo that will hit drywall, stop right there, hit the victim, stop right there. I would suggest a shotgun. And then like my man Mike said, practice, practice, practice. Take it to the range and practice. Yeah. Anybody else? Strong shotgun shell. Stella, you should a 22 long rifle. Are you telling her to get a 22 for home defense? Nah, don't suggest that. I do not suggest you get a 22 for home defense. Don't do that. All right. The least you want for self-defense is a 9mm. 22 for practice. Yes, you could use a 22 for self-defense. You could use a 22 for everyday carry. They have the TX22 right now that carries what, 20 rounds, and now you can put the FRT trigger in that. Somebody's jumping on you. He's done. They're done. That's a great self-defense 22 right there. A 22 pistol with 20 rounds and an FRT trigger. Oh, that is retarded. That is just, that's just crazy. All right. Is a Mauser a good shotgun? a Mauser 500? I don't know what I know there's a Mauser, the rifle, but I didn't know that there's a Mauser 500. Mossberg, that's kind of what I was just about to say. Are you talking about a Mauser? A Mossberg, sorry. Yes, a Mossberg 500 is a very good shotgun. Yes, absolutely. There's a lot of shotgun, and guys, modern technology, modern firearm technology is very good. Most shotguns you get out there can do the job, right? Just make sure you take it to the range, practice with it, get some rounds in it, and you definitely could defend your homestead or your home with that. The 458 SOCOM, too big of a round, too expensive. Not really into that. I would love to own one, but definitely not for home defense. Too big of a gun for self-defense. But to own one, absolutely. Yeah, what shotgun be too powerful for me? You don't want, there's some little shotgun. Stella said, what shotgun be too powerful? I wouldn't necessarily say it's a shotgun. It's just the load that you put into it. Some loads are really, boom, have a really good kick to it. I wouldn't really suggest a 410. You definitely want 12 gauge. There's some shotguns that are really short, super short like this. They're little short shotguns like this, and they come with like 4 rounds in it. They're very short and compact. I would suggest something like that for home defense, up close and personal, or you can just get a regular 18-inch shotgun. Just make sure you get home defense rounds where it doesn't kick too much. Take it to the range and practice. Which gun is best for zombies? The one you have in your hand. So if there's a zombie apocalypse, whichever gun you have in your hand, that's the one that's the best for you. I don't think any specific gun is best, because if there is a zombie apocalypse, I don't even think guns can really help you. They can help keep them off for a little bit, but yeah. Tony says FMJ for the range, GHP for personal defense. So he makes a good point. Full metal jacket you use to practice, and the JHP you use for personal defense. Those are gonna mushroom into the target. Full metal jacket, they're just meant to give you some rounds down range and to practice. Rod says fake guns. Yep, they're all fake. Yep, all fake guns. Do you have a Beretta pistol? Pretty Kitchens official said yes. I have a Beretta PX4 Storm. That was my first. It was in 40 caliber. I have a Beretta PX4 Storm 9mm, and I have a Beretta M9. So yes, I do have quite a few Beretta. The VR80, that is a good shotgun. I think that's the semi-automatic shotgun. Comes with the mag. I think it's a pretty decent shotgun if you can get them to work. Yeah. What size BB does the gun on the top take? Depends on the type of BB that it takes. Whatever BB takes, that's what it takes. Yes, guys. So if you guys are gonna keep asking me, yes, they're all BB gun, guys. All BB guns. Thank you. I don't answer silly questions. What guns do I like? 357 SIG. The Saiga is better. Dice. This is a Saiga right here. This is from the Ishmash fight. This is a Saiga AK. This came in a sporter stock, and I end up converting it. I have 2 of them. I have one that's still in the box, in the sporter configuration, and this one I converted. So this is a Saiga AK from the Ishmash factory. So yes, Saiga is definitely an awesome. Stop promoting guns. Oh, okay. Thank you. My man says stop promoting guns. Okay. You're all entitled to your opinion, so I'm gonna keep promoting gun safety. All right? I'm not promoting guns. You don't have to get any guns if you don't want to, my friend. Yes, I am Jamaican. I love my Asian families, up I say, but my Jamaican brethren, them wagwan. You know, you see it. Don't let this accent fool you, people. You know, I'm here and I'm smiling, you know, but there's a Jamaican in here somewhere. Don't play with me, man. You might think that it's all fun and games, man, but I'm not somebody to play with. Yes. I love the SIG 44. Thank you, man, boss player. It's a nice little wall, pretty expensive. I have quite a few guns, not just there. You got the safe, you got on the floor, you got on that side, you got on that side, and then they're everywhere. So a lot of BB guns, guys. For all the people out there talking about BB guns, a lot of BB guns. Speak some patois, Salomon. Yo, what you want me to say, G? What you want to talk about? You think I'm a real Jamaican? I'm born and bred a Jamaican, yeah? I moved here when I'm 18 years old. Tivoli got me born and grow. You don't know already. Just because I'm there on YouTube, no mean say, man, I'm not type of pussy, yeah? Me, I one of the money me don't want to play with on the street. You see me on the street, and you ever diss me if I run. Facts. So, yeah. So, it's, I love firearms, man. I kept collecting them for a while. And this is just for YouTube, yeah? But I play with me. So for a while, yeah, I've been collecting firearms for such a long time now. You know, I've been in when I was a kid, I used to be a pretty troubled kid, you know. Got shot when I was, you know, like 14, up to no good. So don't play with me, man. Y'all might see me on this thing and think that it's something to play with. I'm not somebody to play with, man. This is just for YouTube. All right, so any other questions? All right, any other question? With a Beretta shotgun. Robert says my neighbor was shot with a Beretta shotgun. He's paralyzed. Well, that's what getting shot with a shotgun will do to you. You know, that's why I have everything for home defense. I have a shotgun by my bed. I have my my self-defense pistol. I have a knife. You know, just in case. Whatever I grab first, that's what they gonna get it with. There was no bragging about that, my friend. There was no bragging about getting shot, my friend. I was just making a point. All right. The point was, you know, I grew up in a very hard life. You know. It wasn't about bragging. I don't do that. I brag about, you know, being alive, thanking God, being gracious, being able to have a channel where I can talk to other people and try to educate them on safety. I brag about being Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior every day, but at the same time, I'm still a human being and I still who I am on the inside. So it's not bragging. So don't get it twisted, please. This is all love. We're all here to promote safety. We're all here to promote gun safety. We're all here to promote the two-way movement. So this has nothing to do with bragging, my friend. Guns are like potato chips. You can never have just one. Absolutely right, Mike. You know exactly what you're talking about. Once you get one, you want to get them all. Trust me. If you're not into firearms and you get introduced to firearms, somebody take you to a range and you start shooting, believe me, you're going to become a believer. And you're not going to just have one. You're going to have multiple, I promise you. All right? All right. So, appreciate it, Justin. Thank you for the subscription and liking the video. Have you been to South Africa? No. School music, Scarecrow music. I've never been to South Africa. I would love to one day, though. Never. Mike, I sleep with a SIG P226 Scorpion, and I sleep well. Hey, Mike, I sleep well too, bro. I don't sleep with the gun, but I sleep with the gun, and I do sleep well also. You know, and guys, you know, for the people out there who want to say that people are paranoid, it's not paranoid, man. It's called preparation. You know, put all fun and jokes aside. It's preparation, people. Abdullah Alati say, can I see a revolver? No, I don't own a revolver. I'm not a revolver type of person. I'm so sorry. And Tony, well-regulated militia, right? Absolutely. People don't know about that. But The citizens are regulated, well-regulated militia. All right, in case of invasion, in case of tyranny, that's what the United States is built on. But no, this is a shop of guns. Yes, it is, Abdullah. It is absolutely. Hello, Mamba. I would like to say thank you for everything, and thank you. Always shine a bright. Da, da, da. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, Tony. Machiavelli. My bad. Thank you. Appreciate that, man. It means a lot to me. And guys, remember why I did the live today. It's to educate. I'm not here to go back and forth with people. Not everybody gonna like your views. Not everybody's gonna be a Democrat. Not everybody's gonna be a Republican. Not everybody's gonna support the 2A movement. But everybody wants to be safe and everybody wants to protect. No, I don't sell Abdullah. I'm so sorry. These are all my personal collection. Everybody wants to see their family safe. And that's why I did today's topic, guys. It was all about, protecting your homestead, protecting your personal space, your person, your family, if you go out. None of the points made today was to promote any kind of violence whatsoever. I am not a violent person. I don't promote violence. I always promote love, peace, and Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, and self-preservation. And that's the reason why I made this video today. Guys, like I said, guys, oh, absolutely. COVID did bring out why, the 2A movement is strong. When COVID came, even the people who didn't believe in guns were buying Mausers, they were buying Mosin Nagants, they were buying shotgun. They couldn't, anything they got their finger on, they were buying. So you hear all these people talk about you don't need this gun, you don't need that. Yeah, you need a gun to defend yourself. I see Caesar. Caesar, you know what you're talking about. Yes, it is. The Keltec RDB. People give this gun a bad rap, man. If I have a gun and it's not working or it doesn't suit my purpose, I get rid of it. And I used to hear people talk mad smack about the Keltec RDB. And then I said, when I was getting my Mark 14, I said, I'm gonna get one too. So I got my Mark 18, and I got this one, and I've not regretted it. It's an amazing shooter. The only problem that I have with it is that it heats up because it's a piston-driven gun. But besides that, man, it's an amazing little shooter. Anytime I take it out and people try it, they love it. All right. Sniper rifle. I wouldn't necessarily say I want to get into long-range shooting, but I don't think I have a sniper rifle. I have a couple bolt-action rifles. One of them is over there. You can't really see it. One is here. And then I have a couple more. I want to get a Christensen arm in 6.5 Creedmoor or 308, but I really don't do a lot of long range shooting. It's something that I want to get into because I don't really have a range to shoot that long. I haven't really gotten into it. There is a range close by my house, but they charge like $300-400 a year, and I'm like, no, I'm not paying you $300 a year just to go shoot steel at long range. That's foolishness. I should just pay the price, go in and shoot if I want to. I don't get to go to the range as often to shoot long range, so why should I pay you $400? Thanks, Dustin B. It is a nice little collection. I do not have an MP40. I absolutely do not, but I do have a Chris Vector. I have a Grand Power Strybog, and I also have the CZ Scorpion. All right. Hey, so Gabriel says he grew up in Montreal. He never saw a gun in his life. Okay, Gabriel, let me tell you this, man. MP5 right here. And I have an MP5. So don't let people tell you what to believe about guns. Anytime someone tell you something and you have no experience in it, experience it for yourself. Not everything, but in terms of firearms, some countries like Australia, Canada, and wherever else, they don't, thank you, Alex, appreciate it. They don't really like their citizens to have firearms. I don't know why, but if you ever get a chance to come to the United States, go to a shooting range, man. I promise you, you'll fall in love. You'll never be the same. Everybody that I've introduced to a firearm, they've never been the same. They love it. They would, after the range, they say, where can I buy one for myself? Dustin, you got a CZ Scorpion or the Micro. When I bought my Scorpion, they came out with a Micro. I think the barrel on the Scorpion is already short enough. I didn't really want a Micro, so I didn't get it. But it seems like a good suppressor Once the two-way move, once they get rid of the suppressor band using the ear protection law, man, I'm definitely gonna get a dedicated suppressor for my CZ Scorpion and one for my Chris Vector. I want to have like maybe two 9mm suppressors so I can, switch them around, but I want one dedicated to either my Chris Vector or my Scorpion, and then one just like I'll just use around for handguns or other 9mm PCCs like this one. And then obviously I want a 30 caliber for my AK or my 308, and then I want a couple of 22s. I have a couple of 22s. We're gonna have another vlog about that. No, I don't have a nuke. I don't want a nuke. That's too much. You know what I mean? I do want a couple dedicated 22 cans because I have a couple 22s. So this is 22. This is a CZ 457. This is a 1022 that I built myself. That is just like a muzzle brake, not necessarily needed. It was on another gun, but that I changed up the other gun and then I took off the red muzzle brake and put it on somewhere else. And I have quite a few other 22s. My two favorite calibers, I'd probably have to say, is 308 and 22. I love 308 and I love 22s. Those are my favorite caliber, and then 9mm. So it's 22, 308, 9mm. I just love 22s. I think 22s are mad versatile. We're gonna have a vlog about 22s and all that stuff. So this is the third episode of two-way gun talk, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it, man. Yes, the first gun that I ever bought was my Beretta PX4 Storm in 40 caliber. That when I owned my business, that was the first gun that I bought. I don't have an M1, but I have a SOCOM 16 CQB. It's in one of my videos if you want to go check it out. The gold rifle is interesting. The gold rifle is called a Polish Tonto. It's an AK-74. They don't make them anymore. I painted this one, which probably drops the value on this one. I could easily take it off. I still have the original Bakelite furniture that comes with it, but it is called a Polish Tonto, the Polish AK-74. These probably go for like $3,000 now because they don't make them anymore. Century Arms imported them a while ago, but they don't import them anymore. I see, cannot find my glasses, made a comment. It's okay, bro. You put your resources wherever you want to put them. Okay? So I put them where I wanted to. You can put yours where you wanted to. We're all entitled to our opinion, my friend. Yeah. You have an AK-47? Yes. This AK-47 here is from the Ishmash family factory in Russia. So this is an original Russian AK from Ishmash. It came in a sporter stock and I converted it. I also have a second one that I have not converted yet. So that's still sitting in the package. That one is pretty expensive. And this one, top of the line AK, chrome line barrel. The barrel is firm as a, you know what I mean? So it's an amazing, and it shoots. It's so accurate, amazingly accurate. I have an AR-15 that is an AK also. Palmetto State Armory made the PAAK or something like that, and I bought one when it just came out. It's amazing, man. It's an AR-15 that takes AK mags and super accurate, and it's amazing. I do have an MP5 here. Don't shoot it as much. Should put it up on a wall. Is that the BNT worth the money? I don't have a BNT. This is a Grand Power Strybog. BNT is too expensive. Very similar to this, but I think it does the same thing. BNT is just too overpriced. I can't see myself spending $5,000 on one gun when I can buy 4 guns and 4,000 rounds of ammo and shoot and have so much fun. No, I'm not gonna co-sign anybody. If I have the money and money's of no problem, absolutely, I want everything. But to purchase like one gun for $5,000, not happening. That's why I don't have a 2011. I can't justify paying. I mean, I could, but I don't see myself paying $5,000 on a handgun that shoots 9mm. No, I can buy a Glock. I can put the Radiant Rapture ramjet on it. I can stipple it. I can put a red dot on it and have it shooting flat as hell. Maybe not as flat as a 2011, but pretty flat. And I won't spend 5 grand, you know. Like I said, 5 grand is worth it if you have it. If money's of no object to me and I have 5 grand, yeah, I'll buy it. But if I'm gonna buy a gun for 5 grand, I'm gonna buy the Luago Alien. That's the gun I want to shoot, the Luago Alien. It's an amazing gun. That's what I would buy personally. P365 Glock 19 are a great carrier. Absolutely, Mike. You can do so much with them for less than 5 grand. Why would I know? Is 5 grand AR worth the money? I'm pretty sure if you're spending 5 grand on an AR, it's worth it, because I've seen videos where guys go all out in these on these ARs and they look amazing. And I'm like, yo, I would love to have that. Like I said, if money's of no object to me and I act like that, what's 5 grand to you? I once saw a rapper, I think his name is Big X the Plug. He said $100 for him is like $5. I believe him because he's a millionaire. You know what I mean? So if I'm a millionaire and I have a lot of money, or not necessarily a millionaire, if I do very well for myself and I have the resources to spend, like 5 grand would be nothing for me. If I have the money, I have a Ford Expedition. I would buy a Cadillac Escalade instead. You know what I'm saying? I have a Kawasaki Vulcan 2053. I would buy a Triumph Rocket. It's a $25,000 motorcycle. So when money's of no object to you, absolutely, you're going to you got to spend it on things that are more expensive. But the key is, when you do have money, you got to make sure you do it responsibly. You can buy yourself some nice toys, but don't let it get to the point where I've seen so many people who have money who end up going broke, is because they have it, and because $5 is like $100 to them, they go broke quickly. They give away 5 grand like it's nothing. They give away $2,000 like it's nothing. You and I, who have to work for ours, I'm still in medical school right now to make more money. When I do get more money, I'm not just gonna drop it 5 grand on every gun that I see. No, I might do it one time. You know what I mean? If there's a gun that I really want to have, you know what I mean? But at the same time, that's not going to be an everyday occurrence. I'm going to do that maybe once in a while, but black people love being renters. This house, I don't rent in this house, my friend. I'm black and I don't rent in this house. I've seen so many stories of young black millionaires and they go broke. I just watched a series the other day about basketballers who are now broke. I'm like, how did you make $90 million and you're a high school coach now making 60 grand a year? Like, how? Bro, listen to me. I'm not saying I'm the smartest person in the world, but I'm not dumb. If I won or I was awarded $1 million or 1.5, I would never be broke again. Never. I would never be broke again if I was awarded $1.5 million. Like $1.5 million or $1 million cash. Okay? So, not, somebody says, is a $500 AR-15 worth it? You can go to Palmetto State Armory, you can go to Smith & Wesson, and maybe for a little bit more than $500, you can get a decent firearm. Yes. For what, depends on what you need that firearm for. If you, yes, you see it, the Chris Vector is right here. I do have a Chris Vector right here. Yeah, so depending on what you need that firearm for, I do think that a $500 firearm is worth it. If you want to, John Farrell, I'll be happy with 252. If I got 250, I'll be set for a while. I promise you. Investments, and pay off the little bit that I hold left on my house. Oh yeah, I'm good. And still keep my job. Oh hell yeah. Believe me, I'd live pretty nice. That money would be helping to make more money. Exactly, compounding interest. Absolutely. Yes, I do need all of those guns, Kelly. Every single one of them. I need them. Gots to have them. Just like how females used to have multiple shoes, got to have these shoes. Gots to. Gots to. And think about it, guys. Guns are an investment. At any point in time, I can liquidate all of these, take that money, and do whatever I need to be done with them. This Polish Tonto right here, AK-74, I can get easily $2 grand for that if I put that on Gunbroker. Easily. I know people out there that want that gun. I could let them bid until the Saiga AK right here. from Ishmash. I could start out bidding 1,700 for that one. They don't import that anymore. All right. Yes, I am Jamaican. Yes, yes. The golden gun up top is a Polish Tanto. It's an AK-74. You know, you can liquidate all these guns, get that money, put it back in your pocket. How many people you know spend hundreds of dollars on trips for girls to fly in, on dinner to take girls out, on trips that they don't even, you know, remember, on girls they don't remember, on shoes they don't even wear anymore, that won't be valuable at all, on dinners that they went to with ex-girlfriend that if they thought about it now they would never have spent that anymore. How many people you think spend hundreds of dollars on cars that are worth way more than they should have paid for it, then crash it within a year? All these guns, I can liquidate them tomorrow, make that money, put it back in my bank account, pay off a bill, take care of an emergency. They're an investment, guys. I know you don't see it, you know, but Kelly is saying shoes don't cause debt. Guns don't either. Guns don't cause debt, my friend. It's a person that uses the gun, okay? And I'm responsible, all right? No, no, I don't have a Tommy gun. I do not. I do not have a Tommy gun. All right, guys. So this live has been going on for over an hour. I'm going to wrap it up. But, guys, I mad appreciate you guys. Check out the content that was made earlier in the video. Pros and cons of having an EDC. If you guys got anything anything out of it, guys, thank you, Jose. Appreciate you. Thank you. Guys, if you got anything out of the content, man, like, subscribe, share the video. Yeah, EQ, big up yourself to my brethren. You see it. Yes, if you got anything out of the video, guys, I'd really appreciate if you guys like the video. I don't ask for much. Subscribe. You know, if you got any kind of content, if you got any kind of new information, if it was entertaining, just like the video, man. That's all I'm asking. Like the video, subscribe if you can. Appreciate it. Everybody blowing up, you know, the comments. Remember that you were here when this channel started like this. All right, because it's not always going to have 13,000 subscribers. All right, it's going to grow because I think the information that I give is unbiased. I don't have a horse in the race. I do it because it's just fun for me. I have a lot of firearms. The channel, the episodes are called 2A, promoting the 2A movement in the United States, man. We just want everybody to shoot safe, enjoy firearm, see that they're not this deadly black thing, you know. It's just a tool, you know, and you can't be mad at the tool. You gotta be mad at the idiot wielding it. You know, the things that people do with this tool is just insane. You know, who takes up a gun and, you know, shoots up a school? That's retarded. Who takes up a firearm and turn it on your loved ones? You know, it's who takes up a firearm and turn it on their own communities, you know, and say they love their community, you know. It should be used as a tool to defend yourself, put food on your table, for fun. There's a ton load of shooting sports go on every weekend around the country. You know, we're gonna give this 2A, you know, movement a different kind of look. We're gonna educate. We're not just here to promote any kind of, if I have a bunch of firearms. No, that's not what this is. This is just a backdrop. The real information is in the meat and is in the pudding. You know what I mean? Is in the content that was given today. And you know, so I see Hero Ayashi, bro, is a loser. Say what is ego is with guns. Thank you, Iashi. You have no clue what you're talking about. What are you talking about? All right, those guns are real or are in a picture? No, they're all real, my friend. They're all real. Just YouTube won't allow me to pick them up and go like that. I'm gonna do a video where I take them off the wall, share them with you, and post it, and so you guys can see it. But while we're doing live, you can't really allow to touch these firearms. Most of the people that use firearms like that don't even have a passion for our firearm. And you're absolutely right. They really don't have a passion for firearm. They use it to cause destruction, and they absolutely don't. Because the people who respect firearms, respect the movement, we don't do silly shit like that. We don't go out brandishing. We don't go out showing off guns like that. We're very, in our own space. This is YouTube, though. This is where you want to bring more eyes to the community, bring more people to the community. So that's why I do this. I don't do this to show off or anything like that. So it is what it is. Guys, like I said, man, if you guys want to support the channel, if you like the content that was presented today, guys, like, subscribe, share the video. And if you really want to show me some love, man, go ahead and make a donation, man. That's how and speaking of donation, guys, your donation is not gonna go to put food in my belly, put anything on my table. It would go towards appreciate you, Joseph. Thank you. It goes back into the channel. Like, it takes money to go to the range. It takes our personal time, gas to go to the range, ammunition to fire these firearms, the fee to go to these shooting range. You go to an indoor shooting range, I can leave that place and spend $200 easily, and that had nothing to do with ammo. That was just getting there and shooting there for 2 hours. It can be mad expensive. So any donation you guys give would definitely go towards the channel. Mostly buying ammo, because I have a lot of guns. In terms of having ammo for everything, that's a whole different ball game. I do have ammo for every gun here, but not necessarily to go to shoot. I have some ammo put away just for SHTF, and then you have your range ammo. No, I'm not in New York, my friend. I'm in Florida. I cannot show you guys the guns because I can't pick them up. So because of the YouTube stuff. Appreciate that. Zain Ali, can't pronounce your name, Ali. Thank you very much. My favorite gun, I would say my favorite gun is my SOCOM 16 CQB. It's a 308 from Springfield Armory. And then next would probably be my Chris Vector. I love the Chris Vector, and I love the Scorpion. And then anything 22. I love all 22s. Love my 22s. I have a ton load of 22s. Yeah. Hey, Joseph, appreciate you, man. Thanks. If you're gonna donate, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Ever done a bullpup? A bullpup. This Keltec RDB is a bullpup, meaning the action is in the back, so the magazine goes behind the trigger group back here. So this is a bullpup. This is one of two bullpups that I own. I own a SKS with a bullpup, and yeah. So I have two bullpup. I was gonna purchase the Tavor, but after a while, I used to watch Military Arms channel, and he wasn't really liking it that much, and so I trust his judgment, and so I kind of backed away from it. So I ended up buying a Mark 18 instead, which is a pretty short package. So no, no more bullpup. I don't think I'm ever gonna buy a bullpup. I think you can get a AR-15 with a 14-inch barrel or a 10.5-inch barrel that can give you the same maneuverability as a bullpup. So I have the Keltec RDB. It's a great shooter. Because it's a piston-driven gun, it gets a little warm at the muzzle a little bit, in and around the handguard. But besides that, it's a pretty decent bullpup. I like it. Zenili, he says he's from Pakistan. How many handguns do you have? Quite a few. Don't remember. I have handgun machine. I don't have a machine gun. They're illegal here. The closest you guys can have to a machine gun here is if you pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to get one, or if they're coming out with FRT triggers now that you can drop into most firearms now, AR-15s, 22s, so forth. Eventually, I'm gonna get a couple FRT triggers to put in one of my 22s, and maybe in the Chris Vector. Or maybe the Scorpion or the Stribog. One of them is going to get a FRT trigger. I'm just waiting for the climate to calm down to see what Trump is doing after January, because they're trying to get the suppressor and the short barrel rifle kaput. So I'm just waiting for that before I really jump on FRT triggers. So yeah. If you don't like guns, find another chat. Don't come. Mike, Appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you very much, man. Mike, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Donald Trump has to go? I don't think so, man. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna co-sign that. Big Daddy Trump ain't going nowhere, bro. That's my boy. I'm sorry. I know he might not like it, but I am a Republican. I'm sorry. Obviously I'm promoting 2A. What are you talking about? Of course I'm pro Trump. Come on, man. What are you guys talking about? I was gonna say something, man, but Mike said something. I was gonna say something along that line, Mike. So, Mike, you know what I was gonna say, but you know what I mean. So yeah, Donald Trump ain't going nowhere, man. Let my man cook, bro. Just let my man cook, man. We're not gonna get into politics. I do lives with politics. That's for a different day. This is about the 2A movement. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna take off, guys. But again, if you guys want to support the channel, please donate if you can. That'd be greatly appreciated. A donation goes to camera equipment, ammo for and your favorite channels do it, man. They have a Patreon. I just don't want to send you guys to no Patreon. If you guys want to donate to the channel, just donate right here. I'm not into all that foolishness, really. If you guys want to help out the channel, some ammo, buy some more equipment, do some reviews on those, maybe purchase a gun or two, do a review on that, give you guys, some honest opinion on some stuff. But besides that, man, a simple like and subscribe would do. And with that said, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the live, man. Thank you guys for checking in with me. 2A Gun Talk, episode 3. Tell me what you think in the comments, man. All right, if you guys liked it or not, what can I do to make it different? Let me know. I'm always open to and Merry Christmas to you too, Luther. It's only right around the corner. Time goes by so quickly, man. So Merry Christmas to all of you guys when that does come around. Happy Easter when that come around too, just in case I never see any of you guys again. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about this series, 2A Gun Talk, and how I can make it better. I'm gonna find out if I can touch some of these guns in terms of check out the YouTube guideline. Mike, do you know anything? Can I actually touch the firearm while I'm doing the live? Because I remember I did a live when I was at the shooting range. It went on for like 30 minutes. I had thousands of people in live, and then they took it down and demonetized it. So let me know if I can actually touch the firearms, because I really want to take down some of them and show them to you guys, but because of YouTube is finicky as hell, I don't want to touch them, so yeah. Somebody says set up like that for a reason, up to the state, Ottoman, da 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 da. I already know what they're saying. The gun law universal in every state. He should. I agree with you, John. Yeah. Call him Earsoft. That could be a way around it. Put on an orange tip and call him Earsoft. I guess I could do that. But nah, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna do that, man. I want to be authentic with everybody as possible. But yeah. So I have this is my computer, is my office. This whole office is a gun space, pretty much. Is a gun safe, and they're everywhere, man. They're behind me, So there's multiple. All right, they're everywhere in safes and stuff like that. So with that said, family, again, I'm gonna take off. Thank you guys for joining the live. Why do you have so many guns? Because I love them. Free live, yes, you're allowed to touch them as long as you're not shooting them. Oh, I did not know that. Ryan, I'm gonna check up on that before, because I really don't want to get demonetized or have them, take down the video. So before I do that, I'm gonna definitely check in on that. But thank you. I appreciate it. So I was asking the question, can I touch the guns during a live? He says, yes, you can touch the guns as long as you're not firing them. Yes, so I'm gonna look into that, and then maybe on the next episode, I don't know what I'm gonna talk about on the next episode. I think the next episode is gonna be about new shooters, introducing new shooters to firearms. That seems like a good topic to talk about. But this topic, hope you guys enjoyed it. It's within the first 30 minutes. Main points right there, guys. Thank you guys for watching. He said he just bought, Ryan said he just bought a Glock 50 and a 43X. Ah, money's rolling, huh? Send me some of that money, man. Contribute to the channel up here, man. If you guys like the content, contribute to the channel, man. Appreciate you guys. You know what I mean? Thank you. Thanks for those love and support, guys. Whether you guys give monetary or not, thank you. Just you guys being there, giving me the views, giving me the likes, you know, pushing the content out there. That's all that matters to me, man. To get a camo, just go on YouTube, man. Watch videos on making your own camo. This one I made my own camo. I painted myself. You don't need to pay for that, man. Just just watch YouTube videos and do your own camo. Spray paint. A can of spray paint is like $5. Buy a bunch of them for $30 and then reuse them. Spray paint different guns, different colors. You don't need to, you know, you don't need to do that. Can be E. Luger. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. Whether or not you played Ida Salami in jail. Ida Salami in jail. Come on, man. I was a captain. I don't play that kind of game, man. Yeah, come on, bro. Listen, do I look like a beta male? Stop it, man. Stop it. I don't answer silly questions like that, man. So if that's the case, keep the 5. All right. Yes. So with that said, guys, appreciate every one of you guys. Mr. Black Mamba 305 signing out. Episode 3, Two-Way Gun Talk. Hit the subscription button so when I do it again, guys, you guys are here for the next topic. And we can, hopefully everybody can learn something. I learn from you guys every day as much as you guys learn from me. So I'm not just here wheeling off things like I know everything. I don't know everything. That's one of the disclaimers I make. I don't know everything. I'm always learning. All right, guys. Mr. Black Mamba 305 signing out. May God bless America. May God bless the Republic. Boom.